call to order the Tuesday, August 5th Trades Licensing Board. I'll now take the roll. Mr. Armstrong, Mr. Reeves.
Here.
Mr. Panitsky, Mr. Newber, Mr. Dietrich, Mr. Ziwi, Mr. Sessler, Mr. Bretz, Mr. Schaaf,
Here.
Mr. Hollern,
Here.
Mr. Collins,
Here.
Mr. Yatsko.
Here.
Okay, roll has been taken. The chair is here as well. You were all given the meeting minutes of the previous month's meeting via electronic email. If there's no objection, I'll take a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Sessler, seconded by Mr. Schaaf. Any questions on the motion? Any questions on the motion? Being that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. There is no secretary report for this month's meeting, so at this time, we'll move on to the public comment section. Is there anyone here for public comment today? Anyone here for public comment? Yes. Can you please come up to the podium? Please state your name and your address.
Louis Baranyai, 16313 Causawaga Road, Meadville, PA.
Okay. And you can go ahead, sir, whenever you'd like.
I was seeing if I can get my license reinstated because I've been working out of town for the last 8-10 years. And I was down in West Virginia, Pittsburgh. I wasn't back up in this area. Now I'm working at Erie Insurance, and I'd like to get my license reinstated.
Could you spell your last name for me? I'm sorry.
Baranyai.
Okay. And you work for
Aero Electric.
Aero? Okay. Christie, he's been licensed before. You're a journeyman or a master?
Journeyman.
Journeyman. Last held in 2017, is that right?
Yeah, he's had a journeyman license since 1999. And is current up until 17, I'm assuming that's what he...
Why did you let it lapse, if you don't mind me asking?
Because I was working out of town. I wasn't working up in this area.
Okay. He had the option to put it in escrow, right, or retirement, they call it? For electrical, I'm a plumber, so,
They could do that.
okay.
That's how
I guess that's what probably should have been done at the time, correct?
I mean, that's what should have been done, yes.
Yeah.
Are they sent a letter that states that needs to be renewed?
Well, once it's lapsed for 1 year, they no longer get renewals. And if I'm not notified that they're out of town, I can't give them the option to say, hey, you might want to put this in
Oh, you should.
retirement or in escrow. But once they don't pay for 1 year, they don't receive a renewal in the mail either, because it just drops off our system.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We had this before.
I mean, generally, this board does not just absolve everyone from all their back fees. That's just not how we have ever done it.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I was asking if
I mean-
there's a letter that says you want to put this in.
well, certainly that should be done moving into the future, but 7 years is a lot. I would say maybe, how about this?
Theoretically, we should make you pay every penny. That's just how it is. But that is a lot of money. I mean,
That's not a
if I let my driver's license lapse, you need a driver. Like, it's your obligation, your responsibility. Obviously not the cities. They do what they can do, but if you're out of town, it is what it is. I know I am a plumber in Meadville, and they call me if I don't send them money and say, hey, this is it. You know, and I renew them every year, even though I do like one job in Meadville. I'm still a master plumber in Meadville, but go ahead, TJ, I'll let you talk.
I mean, generally, the back fees have to be paid. I really don't think credentials-wise, there's any problem with him, since he was already licensed.
If he had put it in escrow, what would that fee be then for the last 7 years?
It's a good question.
If he had put it in escrow, what would the fee been?
When 2017, I think it was $50, and then in 2022 is when we upped our fee.
To 100.
And then it went to 100. But for some reason, it was different for plumbing and electrical. I'm not sure exactly what the difference was, but I think it was $50 then, and then in 2022, it went up to 100. So I can get those numbers.
Is this 1,200 based upon the current rate, or are we separating?
Yeah, it's, yes.
It's for every year what its fees would have been.
So it would be like 17, 18, 19, 20,
Right.
21.
I just did it, it'd be $450.
It'd be that'd be 500, and then, right, 22, 23, 24,
Would be 100 each.
200.
Oh, I'm talking if it was put in escrow.
Oh, an escrow, yeah.
Well, she said it was
My
$50
thought
in
is-
2017, right?
I'm sorry.
She said it was $50 in
I
2017.
think it was $50, I'm
Yes.
not 100% sure. I would
Okay.
have to check.
Well, let me just
I did the
ask,
math for 3 years at 100 and then 4 years at 50.
Right.
So it'd be $500 if it had been in escrow. And if he had been licensed, you're saying it would be
1,200 is what your office is requesting? I say 1,200 it is.
you can make that motion.
I'll make that motion that he be reinstated for the $1,200 fee.
There's a motion made and seconded. Is there any questions on the motion? Go ahead, Mr. Sessler.
I know we don't do this. Are you planning on working in the city regularly now?
Yes, at Erie Insurance,
I mean, for like the next 5 years, 6 years, something like
as
that?
long as I'm alive. Sorry.
Hopefully longer than that, sir. Go ahead, Ray.
My thought is if they're not sending a letter out that says, all right, if you're not going to renew it, you need to put it in escrow, they need to, 'cause some of
But
these
she
guys
did send
probably
the
don't
letter
know
out.
that,
She did send the letter out.
Okay,
No, but does the letter state?
No letter is sent out. If they don't inform me, which a lot of companies don't,
right.
they just send their guys wherever. If I'm not informed, I won't know. So he may have went to another company or I don't know what.
Okay.
And then once it's not paid for 1 year, it just drops off our system. It doesn't generate a renewal for that next year when it's.
Okay, well,
My proposal is to do, friendly amendment, that we would charge him for 18, 19, 20, 21, the quote, $50 escrow, and then 22, 23, 24, the $100 escrow, and then full fees for 2025.
so that would total how much?
You'd be at 700, because it's 200 a year. So you'd be at 50, 50, 50, that's 200 plus 300.
Okay, there's a motion made and seconded, and now there's an amendment on the motion. Is there a second on the amendment? Is there a second on the amendment? Seeing that there's no second on the amendment fails. So there's a motion made and seconded on the floor.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
So Arrow Electric wrote a letter, but you're now currently employed by Erie Insurance
No, Arrow Electric, we're working there.
at the Erie Insurance job?
Yes.
Got it, okay. Okay. Has Arrow Electric communicated they would take on this cost for you?
Yes.
Okay,
Today, talked to this lady here.
great.
okay. So there's a motion made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Any more discussion? Okay. All those in favor of approving this, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes to reinstate the license. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, have a good day.
You too. Well, we
They know
can,
they have a license. They
we-
signed up, they took the test.
we can discuss that under new business.
Yeah.
We'll have a discussion about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're pretty
Okay.
consistent, I would believe, on this problem.
Well, we need to be consistent.
Yeah, we
yes.
have to be.
Mr. Dobrich isn't here for public comment. Mr. Baranier,
Should we talk about this, Mr.?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, was that in the last?
he wanted to come here and speak about it, but he, I mean, did they formally ask to have a reinstatement?
Yes.
Okay, so we can't, we could talk about it without,
So he's been on medical leave for 3 years?
let me ask this, Christie, did this individual, David Marchiona, did he contact you or contact the code office stating that he was on medical disability or whatever's going on with him?
In 2022, he contacted the office and said he was having health issues. And I think it was right after the renewal came out, he contacted me. When I went into our system, when Mr. Dobrich contacted me the other day, I had already had late fees in there. So I know I spoke to Mr. Marchion about, his past due bill.
Uh-huh.
So it was already late fees put in there by me, and then Mr. Dobrich contacted me and said he wanted to try to get reinstated because he was back to work.
No, I personally think too, I mean, from me and my license, everybody's responsible for their own license, period, when it
Right.
comes down to it. And I think even though, like me, I run a company, Mr. Dobrich does, and we may have our office, make sure the fees are taken care of for the apprentice, journeyman, masters, that's true, but they still are required to have their card and a valid card in their trade. So I think even though they may contact you, it's still their obligation to pay you every year. I've been doing it since I was 16. I'm 39. Like, we know we have to pay it
You're
every
not
year.
supposed to be an apprentice until you're 18.
Well, yeah.
Remember we had that little discussion?
Well, Dad owns the business.
So-
Apprentice.
So, but Rick's right, Mr. Reeves is right. Same with me, I have a master's license, I'm obligated to pay it every year. And I go a step further and I register all the apprentices that we have, and it's quite a number, it's 30. So, I mean, if this guy had a license.
He
and
knew he had to pay it.
I mean, if he had health issues, but he's, able to go back to work now, so, I mean, I would say I don't have a problem with that, but he's gonna have to pay 22, 23, 24, and 25.
Hey, Christie, how long was he a journeyman electrician for?
I am not sure. I did not look into
Okay.
information as far as how long.
Christie-
But I knew that the last guy, I knew he had been a journeyman for a very long time.
Oh, yeah, him.
Christie,
Sure.
wouldn't this technically be 700, not 800? Because he's,
This year.
yeah, because it's 200, 200, 200, and then 100 this year for journey. No?
It's gonna be 200 because it's past due.
Oh, okay, my mistake, okay.
Yeah, see, the past due.
It's past the 1st of January. Understood. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I mean, I don't have a problem with the guy getting his license back, but again, it's consistency.
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't see any provisions about medical leave or.
There's nothing about.
No,
in there.
at that point, he would have had to put it in.
Again, you would go into retired status.
Retired status.
It's not, technically, it's called retired status.
Retirement
Yeah.
status.
So again, that's another one of those where he should have went into retired status, so, and they're not really here to ask them any questions. So,
I mean, that's what, 3.5 years he was on medical? I mean,
Could have been.
it must have been pretty bad if,
does anyone have the pleasure of making a motion here?
I'll make the motion to reinstate, given the $800 is paid.
Okay. There's a motion made, is there a second?
I second.
Seconded by Mr. Hollern. Any questions on the motion? Any questions? Being that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. This next one's in correspondence. John Kerr obtained an apprentice license with the City of Erie in January of 2023. Mr. Kerr entered the IBEW apprenticeship in July of 2023. Due to his experience on the job training, he tested and was brought in as a fourth-year apprentice. As of June, he is now a journeyman with the IBEW, but has not held a license with the city for 4 years. We need to advise the code office on how to proceed.
So he wasn't an apprentice for 4 years?
It sounds like to me that he worked somewhere else, and then he went and tested at the IBEW. That's what it sounds like happened here. But he's got to have registered time. You know, was he registered the 4 years, or he's not been registered the 4 years?
He obtained a license with us in 2023. When I spoke to the IBEW office, they said because of, he had well over enough hours, but they only could apply, I think it was like 5,000 hours. So what they did was they gave him the 5,000 hours, and then they let him test, and he passed the test, so they brought him in as a fourth year. But they said they're willing to give me any information as far as his hours that we need to get him his journeyman license.
So he never had an apprentice?
He got his apprentice in 2023.
That's what I mean. He didn't have it for 4 years, though.
Well, wouldn't that just mean that next year he can take the exam after January? Isn't that correct?
He is a journeyman, you said that, right?
No, he's a journeyman in the eyes of the IBEW.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything here. really.
Fourth-year apprentice, but he has his time in now. Like you're saying, it would be, he'd be eligible
Well,
to test then in January.
If he obtained an apprentice card in 23 of January, then by all means, he could take the exam in January of 26.
In 26.
So is that what he's asking for? I mean,
Well, they were asking for his upgrade now because as of June, he was considered completed.
it's 6 months difference.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta follow the technicality
Oh,
of
100%.
the ordinance. You know?
Did he even fill out an application? Well, he probably wouldn't even be approved, technically, correct?
Well, by rights, he doesn't have, that's why I wish
Credentials.
these electricians were here.
Yeah, we need more electricians.
But by technicality of the way the ordinance is written, he doesn't have the hours because he wasn't registered. I don't know if he actually has the hours, and maybe they could produce them to show that he does, and he could maybe, if they're provable, he could pay back 1 year of the licensing or something like that. But not knowing any of that information, to me, as it sits here, is that he does not have the amount of time registered as an apprentice with the city.
Because it's 3 years, right? Or 4?
It's 4.
4,
Four.
Yeah, 4 years, so he's not eligible until 2027.
correct.
But he got
Right.
That doesn't matter.
tested out, though, right?
No, that
How's
doesn't
that?
matter.
You still have to have your time in,
He still
right?
has to have the time.
So
Right.
I think we're at a crossroads of two things here. Either we can, one, ask the IBEW for more information, or two, just deny it.
I don't think we need to ask the IBEW anything. I think that he can't test until after January of 27.
Can I add another layer of complication here?
Sure. Why not?
Well, because we have an hours metric that we're working off of, and 1 year is 2,080 working hours, 2,080 hours. If he has 8,320 hours through overtime and other means, does that reach the 4-year threshold required?
It would.
So
But
that-
then this board would have to decide whether or not to allow him to pay a back year of registration. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, there's kind of like 4 layers here of how this could be done, you know, either,
Is the only way for you to get your City of Erie journeyman license is to have been a City of Erie apprentice?
yes.
Yes,
For 4 years.
working under a
Yep.
master
So
for
if you
4
were
years.
somewhere else as an apprentice, you would have to start over as an apprentice in Erie.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
correct. But
And work
I-
under a
yeah,
master.
we just don't even know, I don't understand how there's not
He
enough.
entered the apprenticeship in July of '23, it says.
Yeah, but what was he doing before that?
And he doesn't have the experience.
Like, how would you test in the 4th year? I just don't,
You have to have more years and hours working. I mean,
They said he had over 10,000 hours, but they only could apply 5,000.
Maybe he worked for someone else for 5 years, I don't know.
So was he working prior to 23 before he actually became an apprentice in Erie?
I don't know if he was, I don't
So
think
would
he
he
was
be
here in
working in
Erie,
Erie
but
then?
I can
Or
get
where
that
does he even work?
information.
He didn't say, it says
If he
IBEW.
was here, why didn't he get his apprentice license?
Who was he working for is a real question, that he should have had one, if he was in Erie, I don't know.
well, this board has the luxury to table this item if they want to.
Yes. Yeah, table it.
Okay, but
Okay,
You
okay,
need to know his hours.
yeah, we need more information from the IBEW. So I'm gonna make the motion to table this. Is there a second?
I would second that.
Seconded by Mr. Collins. Any questions? Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion to table that item is accepted. Yeah, this is,
Can
thing is
Christie
complicated.
request more information?
yeah, we definitely need more information.
He offered they told me they would give me as much information as I needed.
I mean, you can explain to him, since he wasn't a licensed apprentice,
Okay,
they're pushing him ahead, but that's not how the rules here work.
right. All right, let's move on to old business. Letters were mailed out to the following applicants on the list. Letters were mailed out to the applicants that could take their exam for last month. And the letter was mailed out of denial to Thomas Langer. Moving on to new business. There are no plumbing applications for this month. There are 3 electrical applications, although I think I only got 2 out of 3 in my email, but that's okay. The first one is Joshua Wilkinson. That's the one I don't have. Let's see. Country Fair. Who's the verifier here? Does Anthony Semino Jr. work for Country Fair?
Yes,
And he's fully paid on his master's license?
yes.
Okay.
He's director of what?
Construction.
Oh, okay. That's,
Okay. May 20th, present. That's enough time. Is everybody good on this
Yeah,
page?
you good.
Go ahead, Christie. The jurat signed, affidavit notarized. He has the time.
He's been there 10 years.
he's going for journeyman, so obviously he did his apprenticeship with them.
Like, And, yeah,
His
apparently.
schooling, he has a schooling, right?
Well, this predates
Oh, yeah.
the changeover,
Yep.
so. Yeah, that's, I don't see anything defective about this application. Is that it? Christie, is that the last page?
Charlie Brown.
That's a heck,
Really?
that's a heck of a recommendation.
Charles Brown. Charlie Brown.
Okay.
I didn't realize they had their own construction.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I didn't know that. I mean, most of the time you see different people doing work on country fairs.
Oh, he did take the IEC,
There it is,
right there.
Yeah.
May of '25.
So he passed at the IEC. Okay. I don't think I need to see anything else.
No,
No?
Well,
I'll make a motion to approve.
Mr. Reeves makes the motion to approve the application. Is there a second?
Second?
Seconded by Mr. Sessler. Are there any questions on the motion? Any questions? Being that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes for approval. Next up is Mr. Brent Fuller.
Another Dale White.
I'm confused here. He doesn't have a current license, but he's an IBEW member. Do you know, Christie, maybe it's in here, did this individual, Blackhawk Neff,
Prior to working for Spader, he worked for Black Hawk Neff, and they don't do a lot of work in the city. He did not work in the city at all. That's why he never obtained a license with the city of Erie.
well, does Blackhawk Neff have a master's license?
Yes, Robert Neff
Oh,
does have a master license.
he's listed up here.
Yes, he did, I told him he would need another verifier because he did not work for Spader enough time. So
Okay.
he did, get Mr. Neff he has 2 verifier pages.
Well, I think the big thing here is he technically did work under a master,
Yes.
but he just
did not
never
work in the
paid.
city. He never worked in the city.
Right. So he never registered.
Correct.
I understand. So,
Does he have a journeyman's license somewhere else?
so
So
I
he's
don't-
never
Did he-
had an apprentice card.
did he indicate, I'm not finding the paper in here. Did he indicate that he passed an apprenticeship with the IBEW, or you don't know that? Oh,
Yeah, National
Sure,
Brotherhood of
wire.
Electrical Workers and the National
And I missed
Electrical
that.
Contract Association. Joint Apprenticeship and Training
Western
Program.
Central Pennsylvania.
Journeyman wireman.
I mean, he did everything he was supposed to do in that regard. He got the schooling, he got the hours. I mean, you can't argue any of those facts. He technically worked under a master, although he didn't pay. So I think the biggest problem that this individual has is that he didn't register.
Yeah.
It's not that he didn't meet the criteria. Which, yes,
He has all the schooling and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
you look like you want to add something else.
A lot of the companies who have employees that they don't work in the city, they don't get them registered. They only register the ones who
Who
are
are in the
working
city,
in the
right.
city. Mr. Neff has other employees who are registered. So I think I'm thinking it, depending on where the individuals reside, is how they usually because we do have a lot of companies who have hundreds of employees, but only the ones who work in the city are registered with us.
My feeling on this one is 4 years apprentice fees, and he can upgrade. So he'd pay,
If he meets all the credentials, he has verifiers. I agree with you. I don't see why. I think you're gonna see
I
a
don't
lot of
care,
this
he
happen.
doesn't have to pay, that's up to this board.
Yeah.
That, I would just say.
Oh, I think he's gotta pay something. We're making everybody pay on back dues. That's my opinion.
He just never registered though, so what's the, do we make him pay the apprentice registration for 4 years? But he never registered, so he's not really late, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You follow my way of thinking on that?
Yeah, because he doesn't, never,
You still have to have 4 years as a licensed apprentice to take that test.
Right, which would equate to,
$200 or something, isn't it? Like 50 bucks. What's
Yeah,
an
it'd be
apprentice card?
two-
50? 100?
They're 50.
They're
so it'd be
50?
$200.
Anyone in the past that we've had come in to obtain a journeyman to journeyman through the union, we have not made them pay back fees or made them pay for their apprenticeship,
Okay.
because the regulations for the union are across the board, they're the same.
She's right about that.
Right, but then everybody else paid the apprentice fees is where I'm at. Everybody's, that's a journeyman has paid their apprentice fees, even back dues. I know in the past, the city has said, hey, well, if you haven't paid your dues, you can pay them all and then take a test. That's my opinion, but you're saying he's never been.
Well, what she's saying is, when they've come in this way, where they've had all the schooling, all the hours, and they have the certificates, the code office has typically not, in the past, made them pay the back fee on the apprentice part. On the journeyman ones is different, But,
So he's been working for Spader since August of 2024. He still isn't registered?
He could have registered though, right? I mean, anybody can register that's
well,
working.
the thing is, the big picture of him is that he worked for Blackhawk Neff for most of his time. And Blackhawk Neff
Never signed
has
up.
a master's, but apparently this wasn't one of the guys they decided to get registered, because, Blackhawk Neff is all the way down in Newcastle.
Right.
So,
And he probably is gonna be wants to work up
so
here.
they probably have some work here that they want him
Yeah,
to work
on the job site.
because he lives in Meadville?
Well, he's now
Waterford.
with Spader.
Oh, he's with Spader.
Yeah, he's no longer, he worked
Right,
with
right.
Neff from 2003 to 2024,
Right.
but he's now with Spader.
Christie, is he asking for a journeyman license or to take the test?
He's asking for his journeyman license because he's already completed the apprenticeship through the union.
The IBEW, they don't, on the electrical?
Yeah.
Not on the plumbing.
Right.
On the electrical, when they complete the certificate at the IBEW, they don't have to take the exam.
Okay, yeah.
Us is different.
Yeah, we're special.
We're plumbers, we're smarter, and we take exams well, so.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So, I can say that because none of the electricians are here.
Yeah, that's right. We're not fried.
So, I mean, he's got all the credentials. If that's the way that they've done it,
I was gonna say, if that's been the practice, then
stick with it.
yes.
What I'm saying is, he's been working for Spader since '24. So, for a year. And
Okay.
he still hasn't had
Oh, well, that's a valid point.
It doesn't mean he's been doing work in the city, though.
he
for
works for
Spader.
Spader, he's been doing work in the city.
I get it. No, I know what the reality is. It's just the.
But he still doesn't have a license for Erie, nothing. So now he wants to jump right into a journeyman's license? I understand he has the know-how, but no one else has been approved with the know-how. We haven't approved anybody else with the know-how just because they have it. It's always been, if you don't have an apprenticeship under a master electrician from the city of Erie, you get denied. So I don't.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we table this app until next month's meeting? Because then we can talk to the guys who were electricians and learn a little bit more about that, if you want. It's up to you. Or, you know, we can discuss this more if you really want.
We really don't have to discuss it more, we can just table it.
It's,
Wait and see what everyone else.
well, I
has.
guess the last thing I want to say is that's traditionally what they've been doing, too.
Yeah, the problem, the biggest problem is that he wasn't registered. When they're registered, then they can, by acclamation of graduating from the IBEW or the NEC or whatever it is, the acclamation is they don't have to take the exam. The problem we have here is that he was never registered. So it's not that he doesn't have the qualifications, is that what do we do about the fact that he was never registered?
And when you say just never registered in the city of Erie.
Right.
Right.
Christie, so.
Yeah,
He
he could've
worked
been-
for a master
Right.
with, like, the right way with the amount of time. It's not like he didn't do that. They just never registered him
Because they're from out of Newcastle.
because they're from out of Newcastle.
He might have been registered elsewhere, but who knows? I mean,
Christie, so in the past, have most of the electricians that obtained the City of Erie license in this situation, were they registered or were they not registered?
No, the board has approved people coming in with journeyman license. It's a journeyman to journeyman.
Right.
Through the union.
But
We have-
did they obtain apprentice cards every year?
No, there are people who have come from outside.
Okay.
I guess the only thing I want to add, the way this appears to be written, I got the kind of the laws here. It appears to be written, it says the requirements are waived if an applicant has a current journeyman's license from a competent jurisdiction whose standards are determined to be equivalent to those of the board. So.
Well, I would say that the IBEW is the competent.
And they're across
I think
the
it always
board.
has been.
That's
That's why they
national.
don't have to take
The
the
way I
test.
interpret that is if they already hold a journeyman's license somewhere else and we determine that that license is competent for us, we can grant the journeyman license. And it sounds like that's the way they've done it in the past.
Right. Just comes down to the fees and the
Yeah.
cards. We can table this next time, do
We can table it or the floor is open. So if you want to discuss it more, table it, make a motion.
The only question I have is why he's been working for Spader for a year without something. That's the only question I
He
have.
may never step foot in the city.
We can have him
They
pay
might have
for
had him up in
2024.
Buffalo working, you don't like there.
There you go.
We can have him pay for 2024.
We can pay for
A
2024.
journeyman 2024 and in 2025.
Does that seem fair?
That's fair to
Because
me.
he's
I
been
just
working
don't
for them.
Understand why.
yeah,
So that would be
that
almost
makes,
a year.
that makes sense.
Do we charge him, but does he get charged just the fee because he wasn't registered, or does he get charged double fee?
He should, I mean, if he came into them in August, they probably should have gotten him licensed, so we would charge him double fees for
Yeah,
August.
but we can't, I don't know. that we
Right, he's
can
been with
do
Spader
that
for a year, so if he is working in the area, he should have been registered. And,
If he was working in Erie.
yeah,
If he was working in here.
nobody knows where he's working.
I don't know if we have a lot of ground to stand on for 2024. I mean, you're probably right, but not sure if we can.
I mean, or wants to just be transferred up here. Yeah, I don't know where he's at or what he's doing.
2025 certainly makes sense, but 2024 is tougher from where I sit.
Well, I worry it's a slippery slope, because what if he does have W-2s from being in Chautauqua and being in Warren or something like that on a Spader job and never having
Right.
been on a Spader job in the city of Erie?
Sure.
I'm not saying Spader's gonna be that type of outfit that would push the initiative,
Well,
but
I would say in the very least, he is asking for it in 2025.
Great, I would
So
agree
he
with
needs to pay this year plus the back fee.
that works.
that. I think that's fair.
That seems like a reasonable
Right.
compromise, because to Mr. Schaaf's point, he could be at United Refinery for the first year and never
Yeah.
worked a stitch up here.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, very
Does
well.
that seem reasonable?
So $200 for his
It'd be a
journeyman?
$200 fee for the registration of 2025, and he will get a renewal in December. So I'll make the motion to approve this pending the fee payment. Is there a second?
That's second.
Seconded by Mr. Schaaf. Is there any discussion on this motion? Any discussion? Seeing that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes for approval. Lastly, this is Mr. Lobaugh. Isn't this kind of like the same thing that just this other guy was in here for?
I think it's the same
He
guy.
was in here for the same thing.
It's the
So
same
the
guy.
both of these are the same.
They moved them out. And, I mean, if they tell us about it, like Brett was saying, we can tell them to put it into escrow, but they move them and they don't. I know when he left, he said he had no plans on coming back to Erie.
Okay.
And then he came back and he paid his back fees and he was reinstated. And now he's ready to apply for his master.
So hold on. It says that. Oh. Okay. So he is currently paid up.
He's paid up now. He came in front of the board because
don't remember this
he
guy.
went to Florida.
He's paid now. All right.
Okay. So he's paid up.
Correct, he's paid up,
He did that last year, apparently, right?
yes.
Okay. Now I understand what's happening here. So he worked as a journeyman underneath Arrow from 17 to 20 and from 24 to current.
No, he worked for Arrow since 2014. They moved him to Florida. When he went to Florida, he let his Erie license lapse because he had no plans coming back to Erie.
Right, that's why he has that gap.
And then
between-
there's the gap. He paid for that whole gap, but he was still working as an electrician in Florida. He just
Right.
wasn't here.
Right,
So then
well-
he comes back and then he's current.
My point is he was working for them here between 17, 18, 19, 20. Then he left.
But he was still working for them.
Right.
He just wasn't in Erie.
Right.
Right, just not in this jurisdiction.
Right.
So then he came back 24, 25. So he does have the time
He has his
4
time.
years.
Yeah,
to qualify.
and he's paid up.
And he paid his back fees. So
Does he have the schooling and all that?
this predates. that.
Predates, yeah, okay.
Besides, he's a journeyman, so he wouldn't go to
Yeah,
school.
you're right.
I'm missing some pages on this one. That's okay though. The verifier's all signed. James Foltz holds the masters for Arrow. Is that correct?
Yes. And he also gave me all of his hours.
That?
Yes.
Can I see that real quick?
I didn't want to send it to you guys, but I said if the board requested, I will give him. He
Christie,
gave
can I look
me-
at that?
Sure.
Wow.
I'll give it.
I was
I'll
there, I
give
thought
it.
it was a sharp cat when he talked to us.
That's a heck,
That, it's bound.
I have to look at it, I'm impressed.
that's a lot of paperwork. That would be-
26-year-old running the
He's been doing this
Florida office.
with them since 14, and that's all of his hours
He's very thorough.
Yeah.
in the last 11 years? Jeez.
He had it tabbed, but I took out the part in the back is what I just sent to you guys. Everything that's still in there is what I did not send to you, because those are his hours and
Month
things.
listed.
It's done by month.
I'm yeah, in 2013.
Wow.
He just turned 32.
I mean, that's actually impressive.
He just turned 30?
This kid's.
Yeah, he was born in 95.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was running the Florida office at 26. Think about that.
yeah.
Sharp cat.
Well,
Well-
some of us did that too, but, you know. At 24, I'm running a $1.5 million job. and I'm
His
like, okay.
verifier's right, his credentials are right. I don't see
Erie
anything.
County Tech School.
I don't see anything wrong with his application.
Well, that's why he went right into it. So he went to tech, and then right out of high school, he went into them. And
I'll just make the motion to approve this
Yeah.
application.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Reeves.
Is,
Is there any discussion on this motion? Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The application is approved. There isn't a new business section, but is there anything else anyone wants to discuss before we adjourn the meeting?
We were talking about, what were we talking about? You said we were gonna talk about for now.
Well, the
The
back.
fees or something?
The back fees, I don't know, if the city doesn't send them a letter and says, you gotta, you know, you're in arrears, you have to do this, or you can put it in retirement.
Does the system allow for that? So your computer software doesn't allow you to do that?
Right now, I can't tell you who hasn't paid, who's lapsed and who's not, unless I physically look them
You
up.
have to manually.
I have to look they have to contact me and I have to look them up. There's nothing that alerts me that people haven't paid or,
I would think isn't that software new?
no. Our new software is still
Not ready?
coming. For the last, it's still coming. We were supposed to be up and running by now, but hopefully by the end of the year.
It's in
we will be
demand.
up
Well,
and
if you
running.
can't, if there's nothing,
There's nothing to alert us at
we
all.
can't expect the licensing officer to go through
No.
manually.
No way. It's,
I mean,
it's down to everybody's responsibility.
Yeah.
Not, you know, each
Well,
license
I
holder.
mean, we had this before, the office always paid, took care of it, and they don't worry about it, you know. and
No.
You're working, but then if you're not working for somebody,
I mean,
I
It's
gotta pay.
it's the sole responsibility of the licensee. So if they don't pay and they let it lapse, they just end up paying the back fees. That's just the way it goes. You know, if I don't pay mine, I'll have to pay it. You know, that's the way it is. I pay mine every year.
and the office has the option, you put it in retirement if you know you're
Yeah.
not gonna use it, you know?
right, so you pay the $50, you
My,
put it in
I mean,
retirement.
my mom works in our company and she worked for, an insurance company like 20 years ago. She has a license to sell insurance. I don't know why. She still goes for the schooling every year, so she doesn't lose that weird license. She's like, I don't want to give it up. I'm like, okay, but I think it's
Well,
everybody's
real estate-
responsibility to have
You
your
can
own
do the same thing with a real estate.
real estate, yeah.
Well, yeah.
My
Yeah.
father had his in escrow for 20 years.
Yeah,
If you credentials matter and you should care about them.
yeah. And
You
if
know?
it's not that important, then,
Especially when you put that kind of time of your life into it.
Yeah.
You know, you do 3 years an apprentice, 4 years as a journeyman, then you take your master's. I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
I put the time in, I wouldn't want to
you
lose
don't
it.
want to let it go.
So, if there's no other business,
Move to adjourn.
a motion is made
Yes.
to adjourn by Mr. Sessler. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second? Seconded by Mr. Collin. All those in favor?
Aye.
The motion, or the meeting is adjourned until Tuesday, what's the next meeting date? I'm sorry.
Tuesday, September 2nd.
September 2nd.
After Labor Day.
Yeah.